Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. Vote them out. So there you have it, folks. Take a look right there. That's the new group. That's the KKK, folks. Absolutely. That's your white supremacists that are out there. Absolutely, folks. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. It's a group of concerned parents. Does this look like the white supremacists? Does this look like the KKK? How many times have you seen KKK women come into a meeting dressed, okay, with a headscarf or with a hijab? Is that what you're seeing? That's exactly what I want to know. What the mainstream media, with the mainstream media cartel, what the alphabet networks, I wonder how they're going to try to spin this narrative that's going on in Michigan. Have you noticed this right now? It's sort of a national story, but it's being picked up by the conservative media outlets. That's pretty much it. You're not seeing this happening on CNN. You're not seeing any of this thing occurring in terms of on MSNBC or NBC or ABC or CBS or anywhere else. This is being picked up by everybody. You know, it's only being picked up, as I said, by the conservative networks. And I just want to see how they're going to try to spin this story. And so we've got this hot little story right here in my hands right here, folks, and I got to put it right up here for you as well. This is what they're talking about. Hundreds of Muslim parents in Michigan protested the promotion of sexually explicit LGBT theme books at their school locals during a local Board of Education meeting. Now, there's a reporter out here. His name is Niraj Waraku. He's a reporter for the Detroit Free Press. All right? And one of the things that he was trying to basically talk about is that if you take a look at the reporting that this guy does, and we're going to go through this, it looks like he's one of the hacks in terms of part of this, media cartel, this progressive liberal establishment, just by the way that his tweets are, the way he's writing things about. But what was going on here, folks? I'm telling you what, you had another section of the Democratic Party who slices and dices for identity politics. You had a group of American Muslims who have predominantly been voting Democrat. Why? I have no idea. But listen, they have enough of these people on their plantations, right? Blacks are a part of it. Asians are a part of it. The LGBTQIA plus MOUSE. I mean, Disney's a part of it. They're all part of this plantation that we're talking about. Now, what was happening in Michigan is that these parents were saying they are sick and tired of finding out that they have explicit triple X rated porno books, basically showing how to conduct intercourse and anal sex and oral sex and all kinds of sex between two people of the same gender, two people of, lesbian sex, gay sex, homosexuality. That's what is going on over there. And the parents are saying, you know what? The Democrats have stirred up an unbelievable hornet's nest. You don't want a freaking mess with these American Muslims. And what's happening, this is in Dearborn, Michigan, folks. Dearborn, Michigan, which is like 30 to 35,000 Muslims in Dearborn, Michigan. If you take a look at the amount of the student population, about 47%, let's say nearly 50% of the students that are going to school in Dearborn, the public school system, they're Muslim. They're like for a second generation, maybe even third generation now, folks out there. And these parents have kept their cultural identity. They're saying, you know what, just like, and it wasn't just Muslim parents that were there, although there was a predominance out there. You had Christian parents. I'm sure you had Jewish parents out there. You had parents from all kinds. Folks, this is not just a liberal conservative type of battle. This is just not a right versus left. This isn't, Republican and Democrats. This is about parents' rights. Nobody has the right to teach our children what we don't want them to be taught. That's a standard that has to be there for everybody. It just, the state does not have rights over your children. Nobody has rights, only you do. And it is high time that parents now have basically stood up and tried to reclaim those rights and say to the Board of Education, say to these school administrators, say to the government, say to any local school district, say, you know what, enough is enough. Intercourse you, STF you, that's exactly what these guys are doing. If you take a look here, what some side, keep your porno books to yourself. Do it in your house, not in your kids' hands. If you want to sexualize our children, do it on your own time. Don't have the state do it. Don't have the school administrators do it. We don't want the principals doing it. We don't want the teachers to be doing it. That's not their job. As I said before, as we said here, Dearborn, like 50, almost 47%, 50% of them are Arab American. And they're loyal, patriotic Americans. They just want to live their life like everybody else, folks. Like you and I do. That's all we want to do. And we just want to be able to send our kids, for crying out loud, to school and just learning math, science, English, a little bit of art, have some gym thrown inside there. But we just want our kids to be, we don't want kids to be learning about how, listen, if these books also had only been promoting just, let's say, heterosexual sex between boys, they still would have been upset. We still would have been upset about it. We don't want to be sexualizing our children in kindergarten, in elementary school, in middle school. That's not what we want. Nobody wants that. But this is what I don't understand. I bet you could go out and you could take a cross-section poll, and I could start asking black parents, hey, is it okay if we sexualize our children in schools and show them books that talk about sex between boys and boys and girls and girls and boys and girls and whatever? Is that okay to be teaching to your kindergarten students, middle school, elementary school, maybe even high school? Do you think that's okay? I guarantee you 99.9, I bet you 100% of black parents are going to say no. Yeah, it's the same question to Latino parents. Hey, is it okay if we sexualize our kids in kindergarten, middle school, elementary school? They're going to say no. We ask the same question to Hispanic parents. Hey, is it okay if we sexualize your children in kindergarten, middle school, elementary school, high school? They're going to say no. We ask the same question to Asian parents, to Chinese parents, to Japanese parents, to American Indian parents, to Indian parents, to parents from Pakistan, Arab parents, you name it. They're all going to tell you, no, don't sexualize our children. That's not what we want them to be taught in school. Simple as that. And finally, folks, okay, we have a group of parents that have come out there in drove, and I'm telling you what, the Democratic Party, they have opened up a hornet's nest out here. You're talking about these people that were saying, vote them out, vote them out. That's exactly what needs to be done. It's being done in other places around the country, but now you've just taken another group off the Democratic utopian plantation. I've got a word for that I coined. It's called duped. I said, America, don't be duped. And the acronym spelled is DUPED. The Democratic Utopian Party for the Expansion of Dependency. What was that again? The Democratic Utopian Plantation for the expendency. For the expendency of dependency. All right. In other words, that's what the Democratic Party is for. They need to expand their base, their voting base. They're seeing people leave. Look at the polls that are out there, folks. Look at the polls that are out there. The polls are showing that blacks, especially black males, are leaving the Democratic Party. They call it Blexit. Hispanics are leaving the party. Right now, they were saying it's virtually a tie. It's probably shifted now. If you take a look, they did a poll, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it showed what? That if Latinos, if they had to vote now, it was 44% for Biden, 43% for Donald Trump. That's a virtual tie. That is a death knell for the Democrats to be tied in terms of the Latino vote. And I'm sure that shifted in President Trump's favor. So all these things that you see that are going out here, just take a look at this. And if you take a look from how these people react, I want to show you something here. Look at this. This is by that Niraj Waraku. Here's how you can tell the slant of the reporter. Meeting of Dearborn schools has descended into chaos and confusion as board members walked out. Mobs. See the word there? Mobs. Why did they just start with parents? That's the way a journalist would have written it if he's playing it straight down the line, right in the middle. Parents opposed to some LGBTQIA plus MOUSE took over the meeting as various factions jostled for power. Police themselves were unsure if the meeting was still on. Vote them out, the crowd chants. These are the things that are happening out here. And you had Muslim and Christian parents, and I'm sure parents from all other ethnicities, coming here and obviously finally stating this. And I'm telling you what, folks, this is happening in Dearborn, Michigan, with this identity politics, with these different groups the Democrats usually depended upon for getting their votes. It's not going to happen this time. They, as I said before, they're losing it with with black males. They're losing it. There was a study that was just recently done showing that even the shift has been occurring with women. And we were told what? That the Dobbs decision, that the overturning of Roe v. Wade somehow basically just generated all these votes for women? No, even women are basically telling the Democratic Party, hey, we're leaving STFU and intercourse you. That's right, folks. They're basically telling the Democratic Party to get intercourse. And that's what's happening. Anyways, just wanted to share those things with you. You know what? We'd love you to subscribe and get notifications here on our channel. It's a Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. And I'm your host, Dr. Nasir. I'm the Doctor of Democracy, the MD of the Republic. And folks, we'll be back with some more interesting news and stories with you in the future. So we hope you stay around with us. Thanks so much.